You're live, buddy.
Are we on? Hey, everybody, what's going on? Just warming up the tip of the cigar here. Waiting for Darren to come in stage left.
I had to look at my shoes to see which was left.
Everyone is doing well tonight. Just going to hang out for a little bit. Wait for to log on. All of our usual listeners.
And it's grown by the day.
Yeah. So today we have a Rocky Patel Vintage 1990. And we have Darren is sampling a Dapper Ian, right? Ian's
Ian cigars.
Dapper brand. It's a local guy.
Right. Called the Sinestro.
Sinestro.
Yeah.
The Sinestro's his?
Yes.
Get out of town.
Sinestro's his.
I didn't realize the Sinestro was his.
Dapper Sinestro.
A buddy of mine was just telling me about that. I go, no, I smoked one. I just had one. I think I have a couple in the humidor. I didn't realize those were Ian's. I know that the rose, the borracho, what was the other one called? I can't recall right now. But anyway, so we got that. We're gonna have a little sampling of some 14 years Scotch, single malt Scotch, a little Oban. Let's see, 42% by volume. Islay, no, Lagavulin Islay. Lowland Highland. So anyway, it's a Highland Scotch, single malt, slight peat. Not a lot.
Nice.
Gotta love it. So a lot happening in the sports world this week. We had Fresno State basketball team win another game. We had that's the football stuff. Got a little bit of controversy and a lot of whining. Oh my gosh. Wine City,
yes.
You need to change the NFL. They need to have it for the Super Bowl or for the consolation prize, whatever it is. They need to give them some cheese because there's a lot of whining. People at work are whining about it. And I missed the call. Oh, dude, if football players were like hockey players, you know how many missed calls we get in hockey?
All the time.
Holy crap.
All the time.
Imagine, they're bitching about one missed call. Shit, I wish we had one missed call.
And like we've talked about before, let's all agree, just for argument purposes, that should have been called. All right, whether it's the blow to the head
Did
or
he
the PI.
throw an interception right after?
That's my point. Plus,
They had an entire game to win. You didn't win.
Plus, you let the team drive down the field.
Yeah.
You let the Rams drive down the field. You forget that. You also forget the face mask on golf, and so.
But wait a minute.
Bad calls suck, but you have to overcome.
But didn't the same thing happen in the Patriots game? They went into overtime.
Yes.
And the Patriots marched their little butts all the way down the field and scored and won.
That's right. Mahomes never got a chance to throw the ball.
So then, why didn't the Saints do it? Didn't they get the ball? Didn't they have first go?
Yeah, they're talking about winning in regulation that it wouldn't have won into overtime. But you didn't make a stand. Let's say everything is true that the play should have been what it was. I'm sure it is.
They didn't. They didn't show up.
You didn't. Yeah.
And now the fans. Did you hear the fans are suing the NFL?
Yes, they're suing the NFL.
They want them to play like the last minute and 49 seconds or something.
Just pretend it never happened.
Jesus Christ.
But you know what? I don't blame them for that because NCAA college football does it all the time. When they find that a program did something wrong, they have to vacate the win as if it never happened.
Well, they did that with
USC.
Who was it? Yeah, they yanked the Heisman Trophy from them.
Reggie Bush.
And they pulled their.
So let's pretend you didn't win. It doesn't go on the official record books, kids. It's ridiculous.
Jeez, I should get a filler light. I'm in the shadows. Yeah, I'm not 10 years old. I'm not doing the back.
The back thing works. It works for you because you were a catcher.
I don't care.
No, but I'm just saying, you can get away with it.
Yeah, I can see it. They can see it.
Yes.
I'm sure it's no big loss over there. All right, so if you guys are into Scotch, you got to try the Oban. It's a 14-year, available at most liquor stores that are of quality and Costco. And It's a good one if you're not into like a lot of peat. Like Lagavulin is real peat. I mean, that's like taking a drink of campfire smoke. This
Which
is
I like.
Yeah, this one's light. So to kind of, if you're working in, I would say try the Macallan. Non-peat scotches are nice and smooth, super smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And Scotch is what you pay for is what you get. So the better the okay, not so much the amount, but the year. So if you pay for a 18-year, the difference between a 12-year and an 18-year Scotch is a lot. You drink it, and it's like people who drink tequila. Oh, I need a chaser. Oh, I need a lemon. I need no. And a 12-year Scotch, you're like, ooh, that's nice.
Yes.
You take an 18-year Scotch, like, oh my God, that was awesome.
Yes.
Like there's nothing like there's no like oof that had bite. No, it's just smooth.
Yep.
And nice. 14-year, it's getting there. You know what they
so
have?
you would suggest this for our viewers?
For if you're going to begin, like if you've gone through like the Macallans, the non-peat stuff, and you want to start venturing into more flavor of the peat, definitely the Oban. It's a nice, gentle peat. It's not real strong. Whereas if you get into the like the Lagavulin, the Proeg, oh my gosh, that's heavy. It's thick. So kind of like a stout beer, I would imagine. I don't drink beer, but you're going from a light one to like a stout, like a Guinness.
To Guinness, yeah.
Woo!
You could skate on it.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Exactly. But anyway, they the fans are whining. They did that to USC. They removed all the stuff.
Never happened. Shh, pretend.
Yeah. Just suck it up, man.
So let me
Play.
get this. If you vacated those games, did you return the ticket money? Because it never happened.
Mm-hmm.
Never happened. Let's return those ticket money.
I don't know. So do you think there was a fix in?
No. I think they missed the call. Bad officiating. They need to be reprimanded. Never happened. I mean, but it happened.
Yeah, but one call doesn't make a game. I guess one call could make a
No,
game.
it could.
But
it could. I mean,
but in this case, it just continued on.
Yep.
And what is the whole thing? And let me guess. Oh, it hurt our feelings. We were beat after that. We couldn't perform.
no, we got to perform.
Is that well? I'm sorry. You're getting paid millions of dollars, and that's why.
Your defense gave up a drive down the field.
Yeah.
You gave it, and that overtime debacle with New England again. No shade on Tom Brady. Did what he had to do, but he threw seam routes. 3rd and 10, he threw seam routes. That's all he did. And the fact that you couldn't do that, you couldn't defend that, didn't know that was coming. Shame on you.
Right. Well, I didn't watch the game. I watched like the last 2 minutes of the Patriot game, but how was the rest of the game? I mean,
It was back and forth. So here's what happened.
if you couldn't win it during the rest of the regular game,
Right.
But again, that's actually a good point though, because it was 1 and 2 teams, right?
Yeah, 1 and 2.
So it
versus
should have
1
been a
and 2.
tight game.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
maybe they got a little point there.
Now, here's another thing, too. And again, this isn't like backdoor yay me or whatever. But you knew with Pat Mahomes that he's going to chuck the ball all over the field, that Tom Brady was going to ball control.
Yeah.
Chew the clock. Why were people surprised? Now, listen to this. Chiefs didn't score any points in the first half. Scored 31 in the second half. They just ran out of time.
Jeez.
People don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about the fact that the Patriots won, and they did. And then with the Saints had the ball 3 times. They scored 13 points. First 3 times they had the ball. They could have had 21 points. They had only 13. They kept the other. How often do you talk about that when you coach? How you let the other team hang around? It's never a good thing.
Nope. You got to put them out.
Never a good thing. And I'm going to talk to you about something later on the air about something similar. So what do they do? They let the Rams hang out. We've got a little delay there. No good.
Hold on. We're having technical difficulties here.
So you can't when you have your foot on the neck of an opponent, you got to keep it there. You can't let them off. You can't have a situation where you let them hang around, because what you did was, like, I see all these tweets, and I was getting a lot of tweets, as we grow. Oh, the Saints, they scored again, 13-0. Yeah, it's the middle of the first quarter. Who cares?
Yeah.
Could have scored 21 points if they got held. What you have to do is stop. You have to stop them. And I like the Saints. I also warned you about Drew Brees. He was having a little bit of trouble throwing that ball deep. So
Yeah. We did talk about that.
yes, we did. So so that's going on.
Yeah,
there.
but at the same time, I mean, like you said, it's the first quarter, so what? Well, yeah, but it's not like basketball where, it's a back and forth until the last 4 minutes or so, or 2 minutes or whatever it goes.
I got 15% battery, so we won't go too long. But
Yeah,
this will be all right.
we can plug you in.
Yeah. So, speaking of basketball, let's segue out. Fresno State was behind woefully, just to
Yes.
get your point, and they came back against San Diego State.
What do you put in 30 points?
Yes. And it did just a great game. And Bitten had another great game, and you know, the coach is doing a great job. But here's what I want to talk about. They're playing an interstate rival. They're playing really, really well. They're getting national notoriety. They're doing T-tape parades that there were 5,000 people in there. What's with the Fresno
That's
fans?
it?
5,000. Yeah, that's it. 10,000 against Nevada, and I get that. And these 5,000 were loud.
Wow.
They were loud, but 5,000. That's it. I don't want to hear this crap that it's the middle of the week. What are you doing? The game started at 7:30. I'm going to turn it over to Uncle Tony now. The game starts at 7:30. You're done by 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You're home watching Dancing with the Stars.
Kids are still up.
Yes, it's not. What's going on with Fresno?
So
I mean,
the rose goes on.
Yeah, that's why I
It's a
go
Johnny
back to-
come lately town. You know, it's like, you know, unless you're winning, unless it's a social event, they're not going to show up, right?
Right.
Just like look at the media. The media didn't give two shits about them.
No,
Nobody came out.
Now they want to be there. Now that you know,
Now,
everything's
oh wait,
decided.
they're ranked. Oh what? No, oh we gotta go.
We gotta go now.
We gotta go for some free wing
Put on the
soda
yeah,
and
put on
and
the
then
windbreaker.
5 minutes.
Let me put the windbreaker on.
Yeah, whatever. You
And,
know,
and
that's
people bow to the old media. The old media is dead.
Mhm.
Or they'll say, "Whoa,
Dude,
we-
actually today, like with I was at work and they had CNN on again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I walk in. What did Trump do today? Because that's all it is. They need to change it from CNN to TNN, Trump News Network, because that's
Right.
all it is.
And you know,
That's all they put on there. But anyway, I digress.
no, I get it. But the thing is, you have certain media comes and they'll say, "Well, look at the number of people you have compared to all the people we have." Yeah, your subscribers, you put them on there. I get it.
Yeah, but they're there to look at what?
But
The weather girl who's got her.
Yeah, they're not engaged. They're not engaged.
The questions are
And
asked.
how many people actually say, "Boy, did you?" In the old days, when I first moved here, people say, "Hey, I read this article in the Bee," and there's some good journalists there. Don't get me wrong, but overall, the concept, McClatchy, step up your game, McClatchy. You know,
Jeez, didn't they file for Chapter 7 or 11?
I believe you may be right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, that's just it.
everything's
That's just
been
it.
consolidated out of Sacramento. It's
Yeah.
called Sacramento Bee because it's Associated Press, it's Reuters, it's Sacramento, and it's the stuff
But it's
you do in North Carolina.
it's like comedy. It's a dying profession,
Mhm.
right? Because before we'd wait, you know, something happened on Friday evening, you didn't hear about it till Monday morning,
That's right.
Monday news.
That's right.
Or you know, over the weekend you didn't get much. You got that little bit of news. Now it's seconds later, or as it happens, if everybody's with their phones with live streaming and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So the media is really behind the times and everything.
Right.
So the only way that they can stay alive or stay relevant, so to speak, is just like the National Enquirer. You come up with these big BS titles,
Yep.
you know, and then later on print a retraction in the back page. Oh, sorry, we were wrong.
The ombudsman.
Yeah,
Yes.
sorry, I was wrong.
I was wrong. Oh,
Yeah.
So now, and here's the thing, you know, bring it on. I mean, you know, like the freedom of ideas, the freedom of way of doing things. You know, if you want to show up in only the games you think are important to you, have your chicken wings for free and maybe a soda for free, and then mock the people that are around you, you know, that's, and then claim that you're there for the average person. No. But you know what? That's who we're
But
up
then
against.
but yeah,
and
but
that's
then
the
again-
mortgage.
But that's the way the fans are.
Yes.
Right? There's nothing there that's like, you know, it's a very, what have you done for me lately?
Mm-hmm.
So unless, you know, the teams aren't winning or anything else, and then they never come out, which, okay, that's one credit that I will give to Oakland football fans, right? Like, win or lose, they're there.
They're
fans,
there,
they're
absolutely.
And here, no, even like the boosters, well, then again, you got to think about with Fresno State, you know, they pissed off a lot of people with the one teacher that went off on Barbara Bush and whatever else. So a lot of the boosters and a lot of those guys are like, all right, fine, we're stepping out. You know, so they lost a lot of following there. So
But you
actually,
hope people can separate sport. I'm just saying, you hope people can separate.
I don't
sports.
know. I didn't thought about that till just right now. That could be a reason for the low attendance as well.
Look, we have a phenomenal football team. You and I covered it. You're on the
Mm-hmm.
sideline. I'm in the press box. You're on the sidelines. You know, we're at the press conferences. It's an amazing team, and they're only going to get better. Trust me on that. We're having some good recruits they're bringing in, and some other things, and it's not sold out. We're doing the Ave Nagila because there are 38,000 people there. 5,000. You have a team that is in first place in the Mountain West basketball, and you got 5,000 people, and we're supposed to think that's good. And so let's, let's keep kowtowing to, now again, we know that the media is not supposed to be shills, but it's supposed to be engaging. People want to read about Bittner. They want to read about some of the other stuff that's going on, about the power game, about the transition game, how they were able to come back from such a deficit. Fresno State, what they do pretty well. And Buckboard, and I keep wanting to say Blackboard. They do a good job, but other than that, it's hit and miss.
Yeah.
And but you'll be there courtside. You'll be there courtside, and that's okay, because we'll grow organically. Here's the thing: we have a lot of farmers here in the Central Valley, and then I'm going to shut up for a while. They know that you turn your crops over. You turn your crops over. In winter, you do certain crops. You do this, you do that. You watch your soil. You make sure that here they're just giving the same old crap. The same old crap. Are we going to the Grizzly games? Are we talking, or are we just mailing it in? Or are we just, living off the feed that Twitter feed? And we've got the Foxes coming up again. How many people here know? What page was it on the B or on CBS or even ESPN 940?
Yeah.
Where Coach Adam Smith, he just signed a player coach. Would you read that? Oh, we didn't.
No.
We
Not
didn't.
in any other media.
No.
Not to mention that, like, hardly anybody. Again, this town has been the same way. They bitch and moan. Oh, we need pro sports. We need pro sports in Fresno. We need pro sports. There's a ton of money here.
Yep.
There's a lot of poverty too, but there's a ton of money here.
Yep.
And every time they want pro sports, we've had pro sports here. We're a terrible sports town. We really are. Look at Green Bay. The entire town is barren when there's a Cheesehead game, right? A Packers game.
Try buying a screwdriver.
Yeah, exactly. Here, we have a pro sport. We have soccer. Granted, perhaps it's not the most popular sport. We had hockey. Again, kind of an out of the central game. But we had arena football. They sold out for like 2 games and then nothing. Same thing with the Grizzlies. We had a championship team.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Championship.
Nothing.
National. Nothing.
Nothing.
Nope.
It's
no. It's too hot. It's too hot. People don't want to go. Or people don't want to go downtown. All these excuses. I'm sorry. When the media doesn't want to go downtown, you need to be there.
Yeah.
You need to be talking about what's going on. Where's the Adam Smith interviews? Where are they?
Yeah.
I'd like to know. We have the Nationals coming in. Spring training starts in a couple of weeks. Where are the stories? You'll get them here. You'll get them at FHT Sports. That's for sure. You'll find out about high school games. I mean, we had a team go up to Canada for a tournament. Mm-hmm. You saw a little bit on 1 or 2 of the stations. KMPH did a decent job, but nothing. What?
As per usual, right?
Yep.
So what have you done for me?
But that's why we're here, right?
But
We
then
wanna
again,
fill that
look,
space.
you also have like the Monsters, right? They're back at Sound Arena. We've been wanting hockey back in this town for how long?
Agreed.
And we get how many people at those games?
Not enough.
Right?
Not enough.
You bring a silver statue or silver trophy, and I think that brought more people in than
Absolutely.
the sport.
And those numbers were low. It was actually larger than they said. But you're right.
And it's just like
And
there's
look,
sports.
There's blame everywhere. That needs to be marketed better.
Yes.
100% needs to be marketed better.
Yes.
And we know that. We look at the
Hockey has never been marketed well in Fresno, though.
No.
Never. Even back when the Falcons were here, it was they got like maybe a 15-second spot at 2 in the morning.
Right.
Who was up watching that?
Right.
Same people that are up watching us right now.
That's right. Right.
No, so they get nothing. When I was playing hockey in college, we were at San Diego, and we stopped off because the Bulls were playing the Falcons. Falcons were up there. So like, let's go catch a game. We're in the hotel room. I saw like 5 or 6 commercials during the day and part of the evening, even after we got back, because there was a doubleheader there, or not a doubleheader, but they were playing Friday and Saturday,
Right.
of the game. They're, playing the evil Fresno Falcons, yada, 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 with Spenrath, because Spenner was playing. And so they make a big old deal because it was a big, rivalry rather. But it was on prime time television. It wasn't at like 3 in the
Hold on,
morning.
I'm going to stop you there because it's a rival, right?
Yeah.
Who's the Fresno State basketball playing? San Diego. 5,000 people.
Wow.
You're proving your own point.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm telling you, it's just this town. It's like, and watch. They'll get bet. They'll if they continue to win, then you get all these people out there and like, oh, we're so cool.
Yes, we loved you. Yeah,
you were
yeah.
always here. Shut up. No, you weren't. But they need to get out there, and they don't. That's the problem.
Yep. Now we have baseball season starting soon. We have.
Well, it's just like how many Patriots shirts did you see the following after Sunday?
Well, of course.
Right?
Yes.
This is it. Come on. You
Talking
always
like
come
we're
on.
selling them like candy.
Yeah, it's like everything else. Like my buddy,
With softball coming up.
my buddy Rob is always bagging on Joe Golden. He had a radio show called what's it? Not the Golden Shower. What the hell? Was it the Golden Hour?
The Morning Wood. It's called the Morning Wood.
Yeah, the
Morning Wood with you.
the golden moment or something like that, and he's always everybody's always bang on him because he's like, oh, what? Who's your team this week?
Right. Yes.
It's like who won this week? Is that your team? And they're constantly going back and forth, but it's true. That's it's a perfect analogy for most sports fans. It's like, oh, I like this team, I like this team. Well,
Now, I want to start
only
by
when they're winning.
I want to start by saying people can walk and chew gum at the same time. But do you think all this fantasy sports crap has hurt allegiance to going to games and stuff because you don't
All the
follow
what?
all of this fantasy football or hockey stuff?
Oh, I think so.
I think so too.
Because I quit watching football, like I said, jeez, back when Landry was released.
Yes.
That's kind of after that. I try to watch it. I like Dallas. I like Landry, Tony Dorsett, Roger
that team was
Starbuck.
awesome. That was
Danny
America's
White.
team. Yes.
Back when Danny White used to be the holder
Yes.
and the quarterback. How you
Yeah,
like and
yeah.
the
Danny White. Yeah.
Danny White, and he was also the
Punter.
the punter,
Yep.
or place kicker,
Punter.
and they got rid of Landry, who was just a class act, right?
Oh, the man.
And then they brought in Jimmy Johnson, Jimmy
Yes.
Jones, Jimmy whatever.
Jimmy Johnson.
And then he started getting all these hoodlums, and then that's I couldn't.
We're losing juice.
All right, we'll go get some juice. Let's go get some power. You entertain the folks.
Let me entertain the folks. So, what do you think? What you think? Let us know. Write in. Write in. Tell us what you're thinking, and what you want us to cover. Because we're really here for you. We're your sounding board, and we do this. There's never charge for what we do. We're selling a movie, but that's a different thing. And but there's never charge for what we do. We just want to entertain you and inform you, and not just bash things. Because I remember, growing up. Tony does as well. He lived out here on the West Coast. I lived on the East Coast. The newspaper was a big thing. The radio was a big thing. You wanted to grab that sports section. You want to see some analysis, not bashing, not rah-rah, and some analysis about what's going on. And there was no cable. There was no cable. So what happens? You learn about the other teams by going to the games and by reading it in the newspaper or listening to the games on the radio. But that's all gone. That's all gone. So you might know some new statistics, but that intimacy with that medium, that waking up and reading the newspaper because you wanted to see, who scored, who won, who didn't win, is gone now. It's gone because it's just a different way that we're doing things. And by the way, this is happening where we're learning more and more because of the open access we have. Who doesn't have NHL, package?
Me.
The NFL package or the MLB package, And yeah, there you go. Perfect. Light camera. Yeah, action. Perfect.
We're good?
We're good.
Woo!
Yeah, we're good. So while access is a lot easier, we actually know less about our sports, less about our teams that we follow. And so, because when you were a kid, you had to read the newspaper, you had to listen to the radio. You got very, very comfortable with who your players were, where they went, what's going on in the game. There's so many discussions we'd love to have. And certainly, shame on those people that say, well, you're just one of those older people who want things that... No.